Hi everybody, I'm just waiting. Came in early a little bit, trying to get things set up. Oops. Hope everybody's doing fine today, and if you're down south, please take care. I see they've upgraded everything to a hurricane warning. I was just listening on Demons Live. We're going to turn the sound down on the computer so you don't have to listen to that. I'm not sure if I can get the chat, so if you're here, thank you for joining me. I do see that we're live. I'm going to try to get it over here on the iPad, and hopefully then we will. Hopefully then we can see our comments. But if I'm not seeing comments right now, so thank you for joining. Laura, if you're here, go ahead and shoot me a message. I put Messenger up. All right, here I go. I believe I see me. Hi, Charlotte. Yeah, I've got some comments. Excellent. I'm going to turn my screen the other way. I think that'll help. Comments are very small. How are you then this evening, Charlotte? Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna wait a few minutes. I did have scheduled for 6:30. Thought I'd come on in early, see if we could get things headed. I'm gonna move my phone up a little bit. It's in the way. There we go. No, I'm almost like, hey, Lord Jean's Wreath Room. How are you tonight? How come you're not under my name? Hi, Mindy. How are you? Look at this. We're live where everybody's. I'm so excited. I actually found the right place, and I'm not even on Facebook, which I would have been on Facebook had Facebook been behaving. Hi, Patricia. Facebook is not my friend yet, but I guess it's nobody else's friend either, per the comments I've been seeing. Apparently, Facebook is being very unfriendly today. Thank you, Joanne. I'm glad you found me too. I really did have plans to be on Facebook tonight like we normally are. Problem being, Facebook didn't want us there. So I was starting to fret a little bit, and then I thought to myself, well, I'll just use YouTube. What the heck? I didn't test it all morning. I only tested Facebook, of course. But that's all right. Hope nobody's down there. Is anybody down in the Louisiana, Gulf of Florida, or Gulf of Mexico? No, it's not Gulf of, whatever. Down where I used to live. Hi, Judy. Down where I used to live, Panama City Beach. And I didn't really live there. I only lived there for like 5 months. Down where I winter when I'm a snowbird. I guess it might hit there. At least they still have their hurricane shutters on, because when they close the house for season, they put those up. But it sounds like they're going to get it over in NOLA and other parts of Alabama and Louisiana. Yeah, Lori, we got to work on that. Hi, is that Lori? Hi, Lori. I have to work on the fact that, figure out how we can get that supply list better so that it comes out right. I haven't quite figured out the formatting on that. The copy-paste thing isn't as nice as it is on Facebook, but at least tonight YouTube is allowing us to be live. It will not let me connect OBS, and half the time it won't let me connect my cameras at all. It doesn't recognize them. So that's why we're here. Yeah, you're down there, aren't you, Judy? I was just watching Damon, and he said they'd upgraded it to a hurricane warning. He didn't seem too excited. Well, I just looked at the first name to tell you the truth, Mindy. Yeah, that's what they're saying, Patricia. Are you getting any of it there? All right. Well, we've gone past 6:30, so we'll go ahead and we'll get started here. People are in here. Thank you for joining me today. Yes, this wreath that I'm making now is already listed on Etsy. I have made one of these before, and I do have it out there, and it is listed for $85.25. And I'm going to show you how we put it together. So this exact wreath would be the one, if you would like it, that will be able to be purchased. Actually, I went out of OBS. I did everything. I went to Chrome and checked my cameras. It's a Facebook issue. It's a Facebook issue. I went on live earlier twice today doing tests with Facebook, and no problems at all. I went in to schedule my live, and I couldn't get in at all, and fretted and moaned and shut the computer down 4 times. So yeah, it is definitely a Facebook issue. I'm not the only one that's having problems. In fact, somebody said Facebook went down 30 to 45 minutes worldwide today. But so this is what we're using this evening. I'm going to be using a cross from Miss C's Crafts. And let me put my OBS screen up on top. She custom makes these for me. I love them. We have the marine emblem on them. They are lightweight. She made them that way so that I could attach them to a wreath without having any worry. And to attach it, there's nothing on the back. It's all smooth. I'm going to use my zip tie holders. But I don't... There it is. Sorry, I lost one of my important things. I'm not going to trust the zip tie holders by themselves. What I like to do, and I'm going to do this now if I can get it open. Mike went upstairs. He didn't think it'd be fun. Or no, actually, maybe he's taking a nap. He didn't want to be in my way. But I may have to go get him. Or maybe I'll just do that later. The only thing I don't have in my toolbox is an actual pair of pliers. All right, well, actually, what I normally do, and what I will do if these come off, is I use my DAP Rapid Fuse, and I just cover the back of the sticky portion of the zip tie mount, and I'm going to change your camera here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I was a little, okay. You can kind of see it. I'm in the corner, and that's not going to work first, so we'll just do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place one up here at the top. And like I said, if I could get the lid off the DAP Rapid Fuse, I would put that on underneath, but I can't. And my strong hands aren't available, so I'm going to just put one on each side. And the reason I do this first is you want to give at least 5 minutes for the Rapid Fuse to set. It's not like your E6000 that if you use E6000, you need to wait 24 to 48 hours. For it to really set good. And that's why I chose to do a lot with the DAP as opposed to the others. And hot glue will melt off, so I don't trust it. So my choice right now is the DAP until I find something better. So anyway, what I do is I just put these in 4 spots here so I can make sure I secure this very good to the front of the wreath. And then when we get ready to secure it, we'll use our floral wire. You can use pipe cleaners also, but we'll see. I like floral wire. And we'll attach that to our frame. Now, if these had the DAP Rapid under them, then we just set it aside and let them dry. And then we move on to our next project, or our next part of our project, which is working with our wreath form. And tonight I'm using a Tinsel pencil work wreath form. That's a 1524, which means it's 15 inches, and then it'll end up being a 24-inch, or can be a 24-inch wreath when you're done, once you put on your mesh. That's their normal general scope. This has 10 ties on the bottom and 8 ties on the top. It is elevated with 3 rings. This came from Craft Outlet. So that's what we're going to use for our wreath form tonight. I'm just going to leave the ones up here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make 12-inch poofs. and I'm going to use the red 21-inch metallic foil mesh. I had issues, Hope, with Facebook. Now, I do have it on a homemade mesh roller. You can get wonderful mesh rollers through Susie's Reason Things. I think that's the name of it. If you'd like that link, you can ask Laura. I'm sure she has it handy. By the way, Laura from Laura Jean's Wreath Rooms is my moderator. She's like what I like to call the wizard that sits behind the screen. The man behind the screen is Laura. She will answer your questions or let me know if you have questions that I don't answer. She also is good about yelling at me if she needs answers or needs to tell me anything. Hi, Pam. How are you? So to start applying our deco, I'm just going to gather it at the bottom, leaving a good size tail because I can trim that off. And I think we're stuck. I do have this covered with fancy duct tape from Dollar Tree, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this tie right here, and I'm going to place my mesh down there like I was going to put it in there, but I'm not going to tie that ring. For the first one, and I have to pull it over the table to get a grip on it, guys. I got out, and I have a variety of different zip ties. I do a lot of unique in the creek wreaths, and I have been trying to find appropriate zip ties, so I have a huge variety. I believe this is an 8-inch, at least 30-pound zip tie. So when you have all these zip ties, you got to learn to use them somewhere. So I'm going to attach my mesh to the bottom ring of the wreath form very tightly. And I, because of grip issues, do use these little grip holders. Everybody's seen them. They came in a 4-pack thing by Fiskar. And I got them at Joann's. Best thing I ever got. Didn't even know why they were in there. Now I know. I'm just going to pull that just as tight as we can. Believe it or not, with my bad grip issues, I have broke ties from the Dollar Tree. Then I'm just going to take and right at the head, I'm going to put my wire cutters, and I'm just going to snip that off. I want to make sure it's kind of turned to the inside because we never want to leave anything that will scratch a door or make a customer unhappy. Then I'm just going to take this.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I am live.
I thought you had canceled your live.
No, I just went to YouTube. Sorry, my daughter walked in. Do you need anything?
I was gonna see if you had any plans for next Monday.
I don't know, and I'll tell you. Yes, I go live. Sorry. Life happens.
I thought you canceled your live. That's what Facebook said.
Okay, no, it didn't. But it said I might have
Nick
to
has
post.
an appointment at 1:30.
Okay, I can't do this now. Okay.
No? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm live. I have people watching me, and I have to talk with
I have
them.
to confirm the appointment.
Fine, confirm it. Whatever.
Did I get the right kind?
Yes, we're fine.
What are
Thank you.
making?
I am making a marine themed
right.
wreath.
Is this your third Marine?
No, second. Thank you. Excuse me a moment.
I'm just trying to make something.
Okay. I have to think, though. 12 plus 5 is what? 17. I'm measuring out on my board 12 inches for my poof. It's 17, as you remember. And actually, we want to go from where this is, our tie. And then I'm just going to pull my... Okay, that was very strange. Sorry, people. Someday they'll all learn. I'm going to put it down in our next tie. I'm not closing the first tie. And I'm going to just give it one good twist. Because we're going to go back and we're going to put black ruffles on this too. As Laura says, you need to make sure that your edges are out. That way you can poof better. Let me tell you, I learn every day from people, every day. And some of what they say is really helpful to me. Okay. So I'm going to get this in my hand now because she kind of got me off my game there. Sorry, that was my daughter Melinda. She lives upstairs. Her, Nick, and my baby boy Ryder. He's not really my baby boy, my grandbaby. He will be 5 in 2, or 5. He will be 2 on the 5th, which is in 2 days. Can't believe he's that old. My little man. Now, if we don't get interrupted again, we'll be doing good. Usually I don't have any problems on Monday nights. Nick is off, my son-in-law is off, so usually they're all up there just hanging out. But for some reason today, they totally think that they need my attention. And I'm pretty good at multitasking, but I'm really trying hard to get it all down into I'm trying to do a time management thing. I have a lot of training I need to do. I have a lot of expanding things I need to do, and I'm just trying to make sure that I get everything done. And it's really hard on the family because they don't get it. But that's all right. I'm not really good with the poofs yet, guys, still, but I try. Makes each and everything unique that each and every wreath maker does. This is really thin mesh. It did come from Craft Outlet. I believe I got it during Christmas last season. And I think it's very advantageous to have a mesh roller or a mesh holder of some sort to hold your mesh when you're doing these poofs. It's very convenient, and it helps to keep your... mine used to roll all over the floor. Lamb would get a hold of it, run off, try to run off with it. Problem is it was attached to the wreath, so sometimes that didn't do very good for me or her, either one. So it just kind of keeps things in check. You can also use it to hold your ribbons. And now Susie has one that's coming out this season now for Christmas paper, which looks really interesting. So if you want to check out her site, you can. And I believe that's Susie's Wreath and Things over on Etsy. Cool little indention. I'm not as quick as other people either. I'm Midwest. I'm laid back and slow. So did everybody have a good weekend this weekend? It's a holiday weekend. Hopefully most people had the day off. I know there are some that don't, but most government jobs have the day off. I didn't do anything today going out-wise out into the world because everything's, except for shopping, which I'm on a freeze. Everything's closed pretty much, so you couldn't get any of that kind of business done. So I said, what the heck? We just stayed at home, hung out here, did a little organizing. Got another organizing shelf. I did buy a new 3-tier shelf on wheels to roll around here by me to keep my tools and things on. And I don't know if you saw my last video. My last video I did Jimmy O Lantern from the Unique in the Creek collection. I'm sorry. And thank you. Thank you, Laura. It's Susie's Wreath Shop. I'm sorry I misquoted the name. But I know Laura has the link if you need it. And if not, we can get it on the page later for you. And I forgot what I was talking about, so I guess it wasn't important. I was doing fill-in conversation. The comments are itty bitty. And I haven't got my glasses yet. I did order them, though. That was a highlight. I did get my glasses ordered. So hopefully they'll be in. She said they may be delayed because it's back to school time, of course. I'm not going to have, I don't think, quite enough mesh on this roll. I had 2 open rolls and some unopened ones. And I don't think I'm going to have quite enough mesh on this roll to finish the bottom, as I got 2 more poofs to do. So I'll show you how we change over to our other roll. I'm trying to get everything organized and in working order. Mike's been working really hard out in the garage. I can't wait. I did a live before we organized to show you the mess. And I can't wait to show you some of the things he's done out there for me to get that all cleaned up and make it so that we can see what we have. Because once I get him done building things and doing that, then he's going to be coming into the bubble with me. And I'm going to show him how to be creative. He is very excited, he told me, because I've been having some issues with wondering what I'm doing and things. And he told me he is excited to go to the convention with me, because we're both going, because he's my driver. Even though I can drive now. But he's going to go with us, and he's really excited about seeing the people and the signs and what they do. So maybe, just maybe, I'm getting him pulled around so that he can come on this journey more with me rather than just being my packing staff and my builder. He does have a very good taste, and he does decorate wreaths well. I've made him several bases, and I did last year too, and he goes out and plays in my decorations and gets what he wants, and he's really into cardinals. So I have a lot of big cardinal wreaths around my house. I actually have one of his listed on Etsy. I'm not going to tell anybody which one that is. And I told him if we had sold it, which we have not, but if we do sell it, he does get the proceeds. So I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get him in here. I'm trying to get him on lives too, but he's still camera shy. He's also my photographer, and we've been having some problems with where to take the pictures at. So that's why you haven't seen new stuff up on my Etsy. But this one is already listed, and I will take new pictures of it and get those up immediately as soon as I can. We have new camera lighting, so we can take the pictures. Anyway, we're down to the end of our roll, but we're also back at our first tie. So what you're gonna, when you do that, you're gonna put that down in your tie and make sure your first poof is up in that tie. Then you're just gonna take your ties and you're gonna tie them down once tight. Now this is left over. Normally, if I was using a new roll, what I would do is pick one of the closest ties on the top. I would put it up there and continue. But since we have this one, we're going to finish it off. Some people like to do it row by row, or, you know, ring by ring. Then I'm going to grab another one of my zip ties. I don't know why we always want to call them pipe fingers, but I'm going to grab another one of my zip ties. I'm going to lift the poof, or I'm going to take the tail, whichever you want to call it. I'm going to cut some of it off because it's kind of unwieldy. Making sure I don't cut the previous poof. So I'm going to cut that off. Now I'm going to take this tail. I'm going to tuck it down here so it's underneath the poof, the very first poof I made. Making sure my poof's not caught in it. And I'm going to put the zip tie. Let's see, I'm trying to see if you can see. There we go. I'm going to put the zip tie up through under the poof mesh. Then around the mesh tail. And then I'm just going to connect my zip tie. And making sure I have it back so that it'll hold that. And then I'm just going to pull it as tight as I can. I'm going to put it this way so I can do that. Little grunt there helps. Cut it off at the head. Turn it back. And that should secure your mesh so it doesn't become loose. I will cover the back of this so that that head's hidden better. Alright, so now we're ready to start the upper portion of our poof, our upper ring poof, and I'm just going to get since I'm only using one of these meshes, I only wanted to thread one through the bottom of my mesh holder at a time. Some people don't do it, but I like to put it through there. And this one has been used for a poof before, I can tell. So I'm going to just figure a way to gather it around this mess, and then I'm going to cut it and trim it. Lambda can't decide if she wants to be in the bedroom with Mike or she wants to be in here with me, so she's playing a little game with the bedroom door. Now I'm just going to go up here on the top. Once again, I'm going to open up one of the ties and place this tail so that it goes through that tie. I'm going to take the zip tie and, not catching any other mesh, I'm going to go around the ring, over the mesh, right before the zip tie, and that's where I'm going to connect our top. We're doing it just like we did the ones on the bottom, and that will help to secure your mesh to your ring so that it won't do its thing, or fall out, I should say. Wonderful. Sorry, just received a message from my son in Taiwan, and he slept like a brick last night, so I'm sure we're all happy about that. He's going to be there for 3 weeks. That's why I have my car right now. If his new car doesn't come in, I have to give it back until his new car comes in. But it's supposed to be here, hopefully, by the end of September. Okay. Now, once again, we're not going to close that poof. Making sure our edges are out so we can still do our poofing thing. We're going to take it, and I do what I call, a lot of people, play air guitar while I do air measure. I'm just going to pull it over there to the 17 from the 5. That's 12 inches. Place it down in our tie. And you can open these ties prior to. I just haven't. And give it one good tie. And poof. I'm not a good poofer. I do like the poof method, though. One of these days I want to try the kerfuffle. No. Kerfuffle method. That looks interesting. I would like to try that. But that's for another live game. Issue with the roller there. Okay. And we're just going to continue, and we're going to go ahead and put our ruffle or our poofs on our top ring. Some people use 10-inch. I've just been watching and looking and learning how to use a 12-inch in my systems. I do have the Laura method I use at times, and I call it that because she was the first one that I saw make them. I mean, I'm sure other people have, but she likes to use poofs, ruffles, and curls on most of her wreath. So when she doesn't do that, it confuses me. And as a bonus tonight, when we get off our live, join us over on Laura Jean's Wreath Rooms on Facebook, I believe. And we will be going live there. I will be moderating for Laura, and she will be making a Christmas themed wreath. So that will be very, very nice. Also, since I do have the freedom to say these words, and I guess you do actually on Facebook, but my moderator can't type them. Please give me a thumbs up and share this video with all your friends. I'm working towards trying to get my viewers up on YouTube also. I do put every replay on here. Sometimes it's a few days because I have to go through and fix the beginning, and I'll probably try to take some of the beginning of this one off too, so you guys don't have to watch all that on replay. And if you hit subscribe and then the bell by the subscribe button, you will be notified via YouTube sends a little message. I believe it's down in the corner. I work off a desktop, so mine works different than phones and iPads. But it should send you a message of some sort that I am live on YouTube when I go there. I also do try to send out a message blast off of Facebook or off of ManyChat, and I will give you the link when I do that. I usually say, YouTube Live or YouTube, whatever, so you can click over to it. And you can sign up for those notifications. Laura will put that link up and sign up and get on our messenger system, and you'll get notifications when I go live on Facebook or on YouTube. But YouTube doesn't have the same kind of messenger system usage that I have on, and that's what I tested, so you could put live in the comment and get on our messengers system, but then I couldn't use Facebook, and that is only through the Facebook that I know of right now. I also tested today on Facebook for reminder events, and it seems like now that when I can get back on there, we can do that. And you can, if I put out a reminder event, if you hit reminder, then when it's time for the event or the live, it should tell you that I'm going live, and you can get in there. So you can always click on that, get reminder when it comes up too, so you'll know exactly when I am live. So we are getting there, guys. We're getting there. I put my geek hat on, and I'm learning the software. Love it. It's my love. I'm one of the few hybrid creative geek people. I don't know if many people are like that, but some people are creative, some people are geeky, and I just have a little bit of both. So, and right now until I guess midnight over on our Etsy shop, I do have a 20% off on any wreath in the shop that is over the price of $30 for our Labor Day sale. So if you have any wreaths over there you've been looking at, you can go in, check them out. And I believe this one, if you buy it before midnight tonight, will also be on the same deal. Because it's any wreath over $30, so it'd be 20% off. I'm not sure if it automatically adds the new ones. I'm a little, I'm newer to the Etsy thing. And so I don't know if it adds it on, since I added it on after I started the sale. But they are having their Labor Day sale. I do try to participate in most of the sales Etsy has. And if you see a wreath on there that you like, but it's not exactly what you want, you can always ask us to make custom orders. I will do custom orders. You can just send me a message telling me what you'd like. I will look at it, see what materials it would cost me, and give you a price before I make it. And then we can go from there. But I do custom orders and anytime you want. So just let me know what you want, and we'll see what we can do for you. I feel like I'm scatterbrained tonight, and I started a conversation about maybe Laura's live and didn't finish. Not really sure. But anyway, Laura will be live right after I am. 9:30 Eastern time is the starting time, so I have about an hour and a half to finish this. And we are going to finish it. That is my goal today. Usually I have to not finish something for some reason. Today it's going to be finished so you can see the product you can get if you go over to Etsy and buy it now. Going to cut that off because we finished all our loops at the top. We're going to take our zip tie, we're going to tuck again, and we're going to put one more zip tie on it to make sure we hold our mesh. Sorry, my phone is... I didn't turn... I guess I could have turned the sound off on it. Hi, Aunt Mary, are you here? It's good to see ya. I'm catching comments now and then. I have readers on top of my head, but I can't use them when I see far away, so... But I can't really see comments without them, so I'm just kind of like up a creek without a paddle. All right, we got the hard... I would say poofs and maybe ribbons are my hardest parts. I don't know why. Like I said, I'm from the Midwest, so I move extremely slow anyway. That's what all of us good Ozark Americans do. And you can always go back and play with your poofs and fix them. Mine are very unique. They always are. Someday I'll have it down. I like the bubble method. We got to make something with the bubble method one of these days. But anyway, there's our poofs. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't have a lot of room here either. That's my other biggest complaint in life. The other night I was mad at the house about something. I was ready to put a bomb in it, blow it up, and start all over again. And then I was dreaming, ooh, then I could get a bigger house and have a bigger crowd. All right, for the next part, our ruffles, what I've done is I started with cutting the black, and the black, it's just a black basic mesh. It's from Hobby Lobby, so it's very thin. So I cut them in 20-inch lengths. But then I realized I wasn't going to have enough to make it all the way around in every tie. So I also had gotten this black with gold metallic mesh from Craft Outlet, and I'm going to alternate the black and the black and gold on every other tie. And I'm just going to do it. They're cut 20 inches, and they are going to be in ruffles. So let's get on our way. You can also, I'll do the next one like that. I can still ruffle. I can't hold many rolls, actually more than one at one time, but I'm still able to ruffle at this point. But you can use your bow dabra to hold them and also to make them. Basic mesh, I don't buy it. I must have needed black I made some tiger wreaths, and I must have needed black for the project. And I really didn't even open these up. Okay. I'm just going to take and give it one more good twist, because I'm also going to go back and I'm going to put ribbons in it. But you can see this black is very, very thin. And you'll notice the difference here. I'm going to make a ruffle out of the black and gold that I got from Craft Outlet. And this is a little bit better quality mesh, so it's not as thin. It feels thicker. Oh, and I'll show you what the next one. Anyway, bow dabbers, you can also make your ruffles with the bow dabber if you have problems. And I have done that before. And like I said, I use it to hold everything and its brother. I very seldom make a bow on it anymore. Get your bow tie look. Go to the next one. Having a little issue here. We're going to put it down in there. Poof out my ruffle. Go to our next tie. I like a ruffle wreath. A lot of people, that's their favorite. My most favorite would be the petal style. But they make such a large wreath and they're hard to show. Okay, so here's my bow dabber. What you can do to make your ruffle is center it down in there like this. Put your mesh down in there. Get it all centered up. And then you're just gonna, if you had more room, it'd be better, but you're just gonna take and you're just gonna walk it down into your bow dabber. Same theory as if you were going to walk it up the table with your fingers, but this kind of helps you keep it in the middle. It's a little bit easier for some people. And it's just a little tip or trick you can use if you're having problem with your ruffles. God, I can't talk tonight. No, I didn't do that very well, but it does make. I like it to hold things. I still walk my ruffles. But if you practice, you can use that. I've watched Lori from Hard Working Mom do it. And you can use that bow dabber to make your ruffles. The other thing about basic mesh is you get a lot of fray. That's why I like to use the thicker mesh. So we're just going to stick this one down in here, and we're just going to continue alternating around all 18 ties on this wreath. So. Yeah, Judy, Laura will be going live on Laura Jean's Wreath Rooms. Hopefully not until I get done, since I want to be there and moderate for her. But yeah, we're going back to back tonight. I almost thought she was going to solo. I really did. And that's why Melinda was confused, because I wasn't thinking I could hit YouTube instead of Facebook. Facebook, I've been kind of concentrating on it and trying to get it all down, and apparently they don't want me to, and that's why they're changing everything. There we go. I do carry a full line of these military wreaths. It's called my military line. Unique, I know. Miss C does do all the crosses for me, and you can find those on our Etsy page. I will make them custom order. She has a few other different crosses that she can do for them also. And that's Miss C's Crafts out of Texas. She's wonderful. She's got wonderful crosses and wonderful. She's starting to make some wreath signs, and love her to death. Great lady to work with. You can't wait to see what she comes up with and ideas. I tell you, I had unfortunately my father-in-law's best friend passed away, And I sent her a message and I said, I need a memorial cross. I want to make a centerpiece. This is his name. Gave her the information. She came up with the cross. It was so beautiful. I couldn't even add anything to it. I had to send it just the way it was because it was too beautiful. I would felt that I would have deterred from the cross itself had I have put flowers on it. So, and then got a wonderful, nice note from the widow telling me just how much she appreciated and how beautiful the cross was. So if you like crosses, or even, you know, if you want to use things for your wreaths, go check out Missy's Crafts page and she'll set you right up. My sign guy fell through for my tiger wreaths, and she actually, I kind of just gave her very limited information, and she came up and I made 2 wreaths, which I donated to the class of 78. And she made me 2 signs, and I made 2 wreaths, which we gave away for door prizes. And they were fantastic signs. People were so impressed. They loved the signs. Because she'd put the tiger head, which was almost like the tiger head that a guy in school had drawn for us that was on the wall. And then she put the initials ESHS on it, which was my high school, Excelsior Springs High School. And the 2 people that won those were thrilled to death. And I appreciated all her hard work and effort and helping me out, because I was starting to freak out, like, what am I going to do? So you definitely want to check her page out. I actually saw a new one on the site today. I wish I could buy every one of them. But I'm in a spending freeze. My executive staff and my head got together and told me I'm on a spending freeze. Because my vice president of operations, you know, Michael, he encourages me to spend when we're at the store. So if you ever want to see a funny live, catch us when we're at the store. Because Michael shops is better than I do. He really does, and he fills the cart. So it'll be fun. Can't wait when we go to convention, if we can have Signal and Old Time Pottery when a bunch of craft people are there and Mike's in there with them and they're all shopping. It's going to be fun. I might not even have to shop. I might just have to follow everybody around with the camera, because I can't wait. That'll just be like another day in Disneyland for me. Yeah, Mike and I are not good people to send to at home either, because we like it all. He's a little bit better at putting things together than I am, but for the most part, I can do it. But right now, we're just going to try to make what we have. I'm going to be pumping stuff out. I've got 2 shows, the 2 first weeks in October. One's a huge, well-established show. The other one's a smaller show at a grade school here. And I want to make sure that I have my big, beautiful supplies of wreaths. I want my Unique in the Creek line out, and I want all of my military line together, so that if anybody likes them and they want, they can order them. And that's why we're making our Marine wreath tonight. So if you're on here, Catherine, be ready. I may need more crosses, because I don't necessarily keep the crosses on hand, so I would have to special order them. But it doesn't take Catherine long to get the crosses made into me, and it doesn't take me long once I get them, because I can basically put the whole wreath together and then just wait for the centerpiece. So we can probably, if you order a wreath, produce it in 2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks being the long end. And that, you know, and then of course shipping would take a little bit more, 2 to 3 days for shipping. Well, I usually ship ground, which I believe they consider 2 to 9. But, and I do that because, you know, if you ever want to buy anything, it's not, I don't believe I have it listed on my Etsy, but you are always welcome to message and tell me if you want it quicker, because I can ship it overnight or in 2 days, but it's going to cost you a tremendous amount of money. That's why I have it all set up to go 2 to 9 day ground, not air. I'm so excited. This wreath had the appropriate number of ties, Laura. Did you notice that? No, the ruffles are only 20 inches. They're not 30, they're 20. I'm sorry. And you know, I think after I put out my list and sent it all to Laura, I never even told her that. The poofs were 12 inches, the ruffles will be 20 inches, and the ribbons are 14 inches. Those are the lengths. I also like to work a lot with snowball mesh, especially the pastel snowball mesh. And I have birds and butterflies I use on them. One of the last ones I made, I had hummingbirds on it. It's up on the wall behind me. Still. It is up for sale. I do believe I have it on my Etsy now. It was a custom order that didn't go through. So it is available. I believe it was marked for $40, and right now you could get it for 20% off. So I'm not sure what that brings it down to. I think $32. My mathematical portion of my brain's working. Is it too quiet? Should I keep talking or should I just be quiet? What do you guys think? I'm kind of zoning in on the wreath though, because when it's a military wreath, for some reason, my husband's a former military man, or we're retired military. And to me, when you make one of these, you got to give it a lot of respect. It deserves the best, no matter which branch of service you're working on. My husband was Air Force. I've been closely related with the Marines, though, because I made 2 black ones, so we're going to skip one and we'll go back. When we were stationed in Keflavik, Iceland, all 4 branches of the service were there in full force, so I quickly learned how they all act and things like that. Marines bark a lot. Doesn't mean they don't like you and you're a dog. That's their thing. They like to bark. Being former military, you meet a lot of people in a lot of situations, and I'm telling you, you get a well-rounded life. But I wouldn't change it for the world. Loved every minute of it. And we never lived outside. We actually always lived on a base facility, because we were younger enlisted, so we didn't have a lot of extra money. So it was easier to live in the base housing and let them take our base housing allowance for our rent and things. So that's what we did. Did not buy a house till after we retired. I did not want a white elephant in every town I lived in, so I know my luck. So we bought this house after we retired in 1994. And this is where we have been, except in our trailer, on odd occasions ever since. And now I'm ready to move on. I really missed moving when we first retired, because I was used to not, even if we were in the same place, sometimes they would change the houses on us and things. So I wasn't in one steady home for very long. So, kind of seeing all the usefulness this house can give me, and it's time to move to another dwelling, make another home. Didn't think I'd ever be like that. My parents lived in their home for 30 some odd years before they downsized and bought one on a level. They had like 75 steps to get up to the front door off the street, 20 steps in the basement to get upstairs. So they finally, in 93, right before we bought our house in 94 here, they sold my birth home, I guess you could call it. I wasn't born in it, but the only home I'd ever known, they sold and moved to their final home then. So I messed myself up, so I got to remember what I'm doing here. But anyway, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to have a, well, Melinda, like I said, Melinda and them live upstairs, and I don't have a dedicated craft room right now. And I've taken about everybody's extra little piece of storage anywhere in the home for all of my crafting hoarding supplies. So it's either use them or find another place that's bigger, which I want another place that's bigger, but I really should use them. So guys, we're going to be pumping out the wreaths and the flower arrangements and the centerpieces. Really excited. I got to get all the stuff together. I finally got what I think I needed. I want to make cornucopias for the Thanksgiving season. I probably got 4 or 5 cornucopia basket type things, wicker. And I'm really excited to get started on some of those. I also bought lanterns and candles that light up. So I'd like to get on to some of those. And then we have, of course, our Unique in the Creek series that I'd like to get on to also. I have digital prints for Santa and elf things, and I have a scarecrow I want to make. Now it's just time management, and I'm working. That's the one thing I'm working on, which, Lori, are you still on here? Lori from Hardworking Mom. And I'm really sorry, guys. I can't keep up with the conversation. My eyes just aren't doing it tonight. Anyway, Lori, if you're here, I just wanted to know what you came up with on Google Calendar or whatever calendar system you were using, because apparently I need one. And then I need to follow what it tells me. Because, guys, I am not organized time-wise at all. I start one thing and flitter over to another thing, and so time management is of the essence here. I do know that I can tell you that if you try to get a hold of me, if it's before 11 o'clock, sometimes I will not answer. And that is because I am retired. Or I was until I started the business. And the secret with older retired people is their days don't start till after The Price is Right. And The Price is Right gets over here at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. So basically my shop is actually open for communication at 11 a.m. So if there's something good, like somebody's winning something good on The Price is Right, I won't answer you till it's over. That and the fact that I have to have my coffee to be civil in the morning. And I don't usually get it. I stay up late. That's why they call me Owl. So I am Team Owl. And I may not get to bed till 3 or 4 in the morning. So I don't particularly always get up early. Some days the dog has me up at 6. But I am not human. You do not want to communicate with me at that time in the morning, because I will have my Wicked Witch of the West outfit on. Yeah, I see somebody talking about a pro bow. That's the other thing, guys. I need to get out the old pro bow and make some bows. I don't incorporate them into my wreaths very much. And I have noticed over this past weekend and last week when I was sick and not doing much, and kind of got to catch a few lives, I've noticed that there's a bow maker out there. They say it's been out there forever. And it's called the Easy Bow. And I love my pro bow. It makes beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bows. But I've been watching people, and maybe some people can't afford a pro bow right now. And right now, I believe it's at Hobby Lobby, and I'm not sure. It could be at Michael's. I'm trying to remember what they said. But you can get them for $5.99. But I'm not really sure how they work. But the bow people that I've watched make the bows are beautiful. Okay. Here we go. Our mesh is all on. And I didn't use all of the gold foil mesh because I didn't want it to be too gold. But now that we have our ruffles and our poofs on, the next thing we're going to do is our ribbons. Now, I'm only using 2 different colored ribbons tonight. This is how I did the other one. These ribbons are a little different than the ribbons in the pictures you see on the Etsy, because I didn't have the same kind. I'm going to be using, this is called a glitter ribbon. I put the name down, Laura can tell you. But this is gold glitter, and trust me, the glitter comes off. It's fantastic. I got this at Craft Outlet. And this one I got, it's in the Sam's collection. And this is, it's got like a red satin edge, and then the middle is velvet. So they're red and gold. That's the same color scheme I used on the former Marine Wreath. Cut 14 inches and dovetailed. And just find the middle and pinch. Go to your tie. And this time we're going to give the tie 3 good wraps because we are now done. And I'm not opening the ties on any of these. And I know there's a lot of questions people say, do you tuck? No, I just kind of move them around, manipulate them a little bit because they go right, they match right into your decor. You just take your ribbons, don't be afraid to jerk on them. I'm going to X them on the bottom. I may put all the ones at the top up. I'm basically going to X them. They are both wired. Now, the Sam's Club ribbon is one of their 50-yard rolls, and I really like it. They're both 1.5 inches wide, and this was a 10-yard roll at Craft Outlet. X is probably not the right word. I kind of do a sideways and then down. That's a style I prefer. I don't know why. I guess that's just my design choice. Glitter metallic ribbon, yes, and it is the champagne color. I looked it up. Thank you, Laura. And then otherwise for decoration, the only other thing that we will have the decor on is this will be the cross. It's I wouldn't exactly call it plain, but it's not. It's ribbon, mesh, cross, and I think that makes it very nice and a very, a tribute to those who served. I don't want it to go, too much. I do like to put the little bit of sparkle in the foil and the gold. The other gold ribbon that I used before was gold lame. And the only way I can explain that is by saying it looked like the same material that MC Hammer's pants were made out of. And because my oldest daughter was about 3 when that was really popular, and she had to have Hammer pants and a jacket. So she had a total gold lame outfit. So, and then when you type the word lame, it's L-A-M-E, so it looks like lame. I'm like, boy, people who named and invented this didn't think very good. And I love the name Maud. I have several relatives whose names were Maud, but we were teasing when Melinda was born that we were going to name her Maud, and then she'd be Maud Renaud. My other 2 children didn't think that was very fun. They didn't get the joke of it, that she would have a rhyming name. So, because when it came to naming Melinda, we were just like, So actually my mother picked Melinda, and then we didn't know what middle name to use. And one day I teasingly told my mother we'd name her after her, and my mother only had her one name. She didn't have a middle name. And my mother's name was not Beatrice, but Beatrice. And I said, we should just name her after you. No, because Jennifer was named after my dad and I, and Sean was named after his dad, Michael, because it's Sean Michael. And I said, nobody's named after you, Mom. I should name her Melinda Beatrice. Oh, that's too big of a name for a little girl. Well, okay. Then she told all the little widows. No, she wasn't widowed yet. She told all the little people she played cards with, the little ladies, what I had said. Well, they all thought that was the best idea in the world. So I told Michael, I said, well, we'll name her Melinda Beatrice, and if she doesn't like it, when she gets up to be 18, she can change her name. And that child wouldn't change her name if you paid her. She loves it. So, hence how we ended up naming that child. I am planning on being back on live on Friday. I may try to do Facebook since we did YouTube today, but because usually on Fridays I do YouTube. But I don't know. I'll have to think. I'll have to see how it's behaving. I have to see if they get it straightened out. It's the weirdest thing. But we'll be on live Friday night at 6:30, and I believe, I haven't really thought about it, but maybe if I say it here, then then I have to, right? I will probably be making another creation from the Unique in the Creek. At least that is my plan right now. And what I think I'd like to make, and I've got to watch a couple more videos, and I can talk with Lori too, but what I'd like to do is make a candy corn off of their tree frame. So, but we'll see. That was my other idea, and then I said, well, I need to make this wreath, so this is what we're making. So I need this in my collection for my show. And if anybody that's watching, if you have any good suggestions, this will only be my second craft show, and it's going to be my first big major one. This is a well established show. They're going to have over 120 vendors right now, I think, from all walks of life. And so if you have any suggestions, let me know. I am open to all. I've already been taking suggestions from some people, and trust me, I do appreciate every one of them. We're still a little in the beginning stages, so we can't afford a lot of money to buy our setup or our banners, and I know that's a downfall on our part, but we did okay at the farmers market with our stuff, and it wasn't as professional as I would have liked it to have looked, but I didn't think we did a bad job. And they actually said I could use my canopy inside, but I'm thinking I'd rather not use a canopy to display the wreaths inside. I just kind of think that's kind of weird. So I think we can't really get the grid walls right now that I would like to use in the future, because I would like to do more shows. I love doing shows. I love being out in the public. I talk forever, so it's okay. But so I think we're going to go with the Rubbermaid closet shelves and build our setup from them. And my idea there is also that when I don't need them to use as a display anymore, I can use them to use as storage in my craft areas. Oh, coffee. I want coffee. See what you did, Laura? Now I want coffee. And thank you all for joining me tonight. It's so quiet here. I don't get it, because everybody's home. And usually when everybody's home, you hear what I like to call my elephant herd upstairs, because you can hear Ryder running around. You hear dogs barking. You hear cats fighting. You hear Michael saying things. And I don't even have the TVs unmuted, which is a good thing, because I think it's on like The Voice or, I don't know, something I don't normally watch. Usually I have the WWE playing in the background. I just didn't change the channel or take the time to change the channel. And in fact, I don't even know where the remote went. I know Mike handled it to me, so I can mute it. Oh, there it is right there. Ooh, I don't like hazelnut coffee. I just like coffee with my sweetener and my cream, or my milk. I like creamer. I'm cheap. I buy milk. Sometimes I treat myself to creamer. And I hope you guys can see this. If you have a problem with me, maybe it's too high now. So say if you're having problems with my camera angle or anything, just let me know. All suggestions are welcome. I'm trying to find the best angle. I thought before I used to film from my left side, but my left arm is my deficit arm, and I kind of used to always get it in the way, I thought. And I thought, you can't even see what I'm doing. That's terrible. So I changed the angle of my camera. I like it from the back. I think you can see what I'm doing better. I have two angles set, a far one and a close one. To be careful when I put the far away one on, because if Mike's in his chair right across from me, sometimes you can see him, and oh mercy, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it? He's going to get used to camera though, guys. I get him so he's used, and then he kind of backs off a little bit, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Depends on his mood of the day. I'll say, I'm on film, and he'll say, I don't care. And I go, okay. Isn't that free game to film him however I want? I think it is. What is happening here? I think I put those on, that red one on upside down. Well, we'll just fix that, won't we? I did. Silly me. I'm going to be so beautiful for at least 2 days. From all this glitter. They will think I'm Glinda the Good Witch. Good disguise. Oh, you do, Diane. Let me tell you what. That's because Michael's a better shopper than I am. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. The other night, though, it was kind of fun because I dropped Melinda off at JCPenney's. I went down to At Home, and we had Ryder. So we were going around the store. Then Melinda called, and she was done at JCPenney's, and she had rolled her ankle. So her foot hurt, so it was quite a little chunk to get from JCPenney's to At Home. So I said, oh, just leave Ryder here with me. And of course, I'm on one of the motorized carts, and Ryder's in the shopping cart. So I figured out how to run around the store on my motorized cart with him in the shopping cart. And we were having a good time, he and I were. My boyfriend and I were out on a date. We were like loving it until Grandpa got back. And the only thing he did was I gave him a roll of ribbon, and he opened it up. And then dropped it on the floor, of course. So then I had to chase the roll of ribbon so I could roll it back up. But I was going to buy it anyway, so I didn't really care. I'm going to pull these all more towards me because the cross will be in the middle. Because I'm working now. I never said that. I've transitioned over to the top. So we're getting there with them, guys. It just takes me time. And I don't know. You know, people say as you practice or as you do them, you get quicker. I don't know if I ever will. I'm just that kind of laid back Midwest type of person. I see no need for rush of anything. Whereas Michael is from the East Coast by Boston. And all I've learned in 35 years from his father is that if you're not doing something or moving, you must sleep. You know, you can't just sit and relax. You got to sleep. And I'm like, no. My picture of retirement is sitting in my rocking chair on my porch with my corncob pipe and my little glass of moonshine. You know, that's what us Ozark Americans work for. Even though I was from kind of the big city, I was from by Kansas City, but we love the laid back life. Never do anything too fast. So many years I've chased them around trying to keep up with them. But then I finally figured out I'm old enough I don't have to. Just move at my own pace. They'll wait for me or not. Whatever. But then never let my father-in-law also tell me I can't do something. So, you know, I do have issues with my walking. So we were trying to catch fish when we were down there. And the walk was probably 1.5 to 2 miles from where you park to get out onto the shore where you're going to get in the ocean to fish. And somebody asked him, oh, you guys are going fishing, are the girls going? And he goes, well, Mary might go, but Cheryl can't go because, you know, she can't go. I said, excuse me? What? So I made Michael go. We went, you know, and I made Michael carry my little folding chair like you take to the ball games and stuff. And we'd go as far as I could. And it's not easy to walk. And the beach isn't just a beach. It's like a 2-foot wide slanted sandhill, which doesn't make life much better. And I just go, okay, that's it, gotta stop. He'd unfold my chair, I'd sit down until I felt appropriate blood flow in the legs. Then we'd get up and we'd go again. And by golly, I went out fishing 4 times. Don't tell me I can't do it. You're gonna find out real quick I can. I didn't catch any fish. They wouldn't bite my hook. But, okay. But, yeah. So anyway, when we get all of these ribbons on, oops, sorry, I forgot which direction. This is the cross I'm going to be putting in the middle. It's kind of hard to show. Let me go to the farther back cam. Nope, that's my face. You didn't want to see that. There we go. Now you can get the full picture. This is the cross. It's about 15 and a half, 16 inches by 12 inches. And that's what we'll be putting in the middle. That will be our only basic decoration after the ribbons. So, Laura, does that change okay for you? It's not making you sick when I do that, is it? It's a little different than the Mevo, so I tried to put a delay or a fade on it so that it didn't just like shock you. But I think when I'm working here, it's better this. Ooh, that sounds good, Diane. Little Southern Comfort, little Uncle Jack. And I don't even drink anymore. But those were the whiskeys of choice back in the day. That's good for you when you have a cold. Yes, that cross does come from Miss C's Crafts. Very nice lady. I don't know if she thought she was going to be here. But I don't know if she got here or not. I haven't been able, like I said, to see the comments. My glasses are on top of my head, but they're only for reading right now, so that would be why. And as Laura says, you make your ribbons tight enough. Don't be afraid to pull on them. I was always kind of picky with them and tried to be really nice and neat, but Laura's convinced me, you can jerk those suckers around, it's okay. We only have like 2 more to put on, isn't that exciting? Then we get to fight with the cross. Well, not fight with the cross, but it's a sign, and I have problems getting them on. But we're going to get it on tonight, and it's going to be fine. Don't forget that if you have not, please subscribe to my page. And if you hit the bell by the subscribe button at the top right-hand corner, you will get notifications of when we're live from Facebook or from YouTube. They actually put a little thing in the corner that says live now on YouTube or something. At least they do on a desktop or laptop. I'm not sure how, so I'm not a cell phone user when it comes to that, so Laura could tell you more about that. She is the queen at using the iPhone. I am the queen at using the desktop, so makes us a good pair. What one doesn't know, the other one probably will, so. Last ribbon, yay! Because I might actually be able to give Laura a little break before she has to go live. That would be nice of me, wouldn't it? Although I don't think she would mind if not, but it's nice to have a little breather. She might have to go to the restroom or something before she starts her next one, get another drink, you know. We don't want her to be uncomfortable. Or be on camera doing the potty dance like Ryder does. Well, he doesn't actually, he's still in a diaper, but sometimes I wonder if that's not what he's trying to accomplish, the potty dance. So he wiggles around. All right, uh-oh, I just made everything go away. Please don't tell me I booted myself off. Okay, good. I'm going to do a further back table so you can kind of see where we're sitting at right now. that is the wreath right now with the different ribbons on it. Of course, they're getting squished, and they'll get more squished. But now we're going to accomplish putting on the cross. So you saw earlier that I had put the cable ties on. So if we had put the DAP on, it would be all dry by now. And I like to use a lot of floral wire because, so I usually cut at least a 24-inch piece, if not longer, because I like to make sure I got enough to attach it right where I want to. And it isn't a real high expense item. So I just use what I want and then trim later. Now I'm going to cut 4 different pieces off of my little spool here that Lambda ate. Because that's what I use most of my floral wire for. I use most of my floral wire for attaching signs and things. I really don't make a lot of bows, so I don't use a lot of it there. I did buy silver wire though, and I'm kind of excited because that will help me with some of the Christmas stuff we're making. It because you really don't see the green either. Okay, and I just put it through the zip tie hole. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? I put it through the zip tie hole like that, or it's, yeah, the mount hole. And then I'm just going to twist it once around. And I'm going to do that with all 4 pieces before I even attempt to pretend like I'm going to put the sign on. Part of the problem with me getting signs on is I don't stand well, and my table's short. So I really can't stand to create. And that does make a difference. I will tell you that. You can sit and create all you want, but it makes a difference when you start putting the decor on and things. And I actually do have a easel, but in our frenzy, I guess, to try to organize things, I'm not sure where it's at. Sometimes it has a wreath residing on it all the time. So I'm not positive. So forgive me with that. I don't know where my easel is. And I didn't realize I didn't know where my easel was until just now. All right, we're going to put the wire back over here out of our way. But one thing I have to say about the space and the space I work in, what it's taught me is you can do anything anywhere. I work on a 2x4 table, which is my business spot, my lounging spot, my crafting spot, and I don't have any problems with it at all. And in fact, I keep saying I want a bigger craft space, but then I go, oh my God, what would I do if I had one? I might freak out. I'm just still looking kind of, I know you see my head going crazy. I was kind of hoping maybe Michael had said that. I think I saw it. All right, guys, I'm going to go get what I believe is the easel. I have new rolling caster stand things too, so I had to move that out of the way. I'll let you look at that real quick. I'm not going far. I could if I wanted. Oh, well, isn't that special? Well, we're going to hope this doesn't mess anything up. He's using my easel to prop up a power cord. Silly Michael. Hope something didn't come unplugged. I hope it didn't come unplugged. I'm serious. All right. So we're going to hope that we have the camera set up so it will help us here. I haven't put a hanger on this either. I let Michael do that because I have thicker wire I use and I definitely cannot attach it. But this will have a hanger. Okay. Now, there it is. But One thing we need to do is I need to bring the wreath down on the easel so I can work with it. Okay. There we go. That's unique. Sorry, we a little technical difficulty with the easel. Move the thing down. I gotta move back up. Got the mesh stuck under it. This is just a little easel I bought at Joann's, an artist easel. And it's to help me with the decor, because I did figure out that it's much easier to put decor up if you're looking down or at the wreath than it is to mess with it otherwise. Alright. Alright, so. Okay. Pull it up a little closer. There we go. Cuts it off a little bit. Well, we can fix that because. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we have our cross with our wires on it. And the goal is to get it placed on here where I like it, not smushing. I like this one to sit, a lot of them I bury, but I like this one to sit on top. Because I like this cross and that's my focal point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of look and see where I want it. Then I'm going to take and figure out where I think it's best to put the wires to get it around the frame. So I'm just kind of going over where this tie is, and I'm doing this all by feel right now. And then we'll turn it around and look and figure out. Now, without losing the wires, because once I lose them, I will probably never see them again in here. Okay. All right. So now I have the wires in the back, and I'm pretty, I don't know if you probably can't see, there's one up here and one down here. That's kind of where I want it, because it can be adjusted. And I'm just going to give it a couple of twists because I'm not positive. But I want to give it enough twists that it holds. Then, I think I'm going to do these bottom ones. Kind of scary because it seems like it's going on pretty simple. That's just not me. Of course, I have had a lot of troubles with everything else, so maybe I'm just getting a break for that, right? And I know this is probably not any good kind of camera angle at all for you, but I'm trying right now and the thing is with the floral wire, I can just put it through the mesh because it goes right through the tiny little holes. I like that idea. This wire, you know, I like the idea that I can take it wherever I want. With a pipe cleaner, sometimes you can do it too, but it's kind of difficult. Two more wires, guys. Don't want the mesh up over it. I'm trying to figure out where this wire came from. Maybe it's the other one from here. It is. Oh, amazing. Fantastic. Okay, where are we going to go with this one? And like I said, that's the other thing about the floral mesh is that it hides well. I like that. You have to be smarter than the wire, though, to be able to find it, especially by feel in the back. Yeah. That's why I like to not go through the mesh if I don't have to, because I can't feel it. I'm doing a lot of this by feel because I can't see the little wires. Of course, you do have to go back and floof and fluff ribbons and everything else because you do crunch them and crinkle. Crunch and crinkle, floof and fluff. All right. Okay, what do you think? What do you think, guys? You think that cross is in a good spot? It's irritating me. It's making it. I might have to work on that. I'm kind of waiting to see if anybody says anything, and nobody really is. We go. You know, I never brought the other one back up. My luck, I'm not even live. Nope, it says I'm live. There we go. I see things moving. Do you think that cross is in a good spot? Because if it is, I'm going to finish it off and put the back on it. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Joanne. I need to work on the ribbons and getting them where I want them because they're not going places I want them to go. So they will when I'm done. All right. Okay. So that's the only decor, like I said. It's a marine wreath. It's a simple decor, but I think it stands for itself. I don't want to crowd it with anything else. That's what I want it to be. Now, what I'm going to do, and I will go and I'm going to have Michael, because like I said, I cannot do the wire that I have to make the hanger with. So I will have Michael be putting that on and crimping it for me because it's a thicker green wire, and so I will have him put that on and crimp it for me. And I would love to show you that. So that will be the only thing that isn't on the wreath when we're done here. Otherwise, this wreath is done. It's ready to go, and Laura, it's listed on Etsy. What do you think? I'm going to trim these up because you don't want to leave all that excess. And then I'm going to wrap them around. I want to make sure that that they're good and secure. I forgot to do the shake test before I did that. Oh, well. We can do Lori's shake test. It don't move, guys. Yay! I didn't think it would. I'm just gonna secure this floral wire around these rings inside so we make sure that it doesn't fall off. And then I'll put the back on it, and then except for the hanger that Michael put on it when I get him back out here. It'll have everything on it. It's ready to go, be boxed and shipped out. As soon as somebody says, cha-ching, swipe the Visa and it's yours. 85.25 is what it's listed at, and it may, like I said, I'm not sure Etsy's rules on that because I just listed it today, but it may be on the sale until midnight, and if that's the case, then it is 20% off. That one, though, I can't tell you for sure because I haven't done many Etsy sales, so I'm not sure how their new listings and the sale feature works. The only thing that it had to be to qualify for the sale is over $30. There are other wreaths in there. So if you have a hankering for a wreath, I've got all seasons listed right now. And get them while you can because I'm going to take them to these shows and then I'm going to do a flash sale if I still have them so I can make room for all new wreaths for the next year. It's time to trade out inventory. I believe I even have my Unique in the Creek sunflower listed on there. It's over 30. Most of the wreaths except my smaller grapevines are over 30. Some of them not much, some of them more than others. So, like I said, if you don't see what you want, let me know. I am in the game. I'm game to try to make whatever you want and make it to look the way you want. The one I have back here, it's a hummingbird wreath. A lady did request it. However, she never paid for it, so it still hangs on my wall. She gave me a price, and I put in it to the materials to the price that she wanted, and that was even going through Sims to buy hummingbirds for it. The hummingbirds do look like they're free flying and getting nectar out of the flowers. That's the way I saw it. And her only qualification was pastel and hummingbirds and X amount of dollars. And I believe it's listed for $40 on Etsy, which is what the budget she gave me, pretty much. I don't charge any labor on my wreaths right now, so. All right. Now, so once you get everything on your wreath, and I've got these wires trimmed, what I do, are you going away, Laura? I'm almost done. I'm going to put the back on. I thought you'd yell at me if I didn't. I'm going to get out my... Okay, well, you go set up. I'll see you at 9:30 your time. Because I'm going to have to get coffee and go to the bathroom before I do that. I'm just going to throw, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put the back on this. And once again, we're going to use 4 or 5 zip ties. This gray placemat is from Bed Bath & Beyond. And I see now somebody posted on Facebook today that they're on sale for $1. Usually they're $1.99, but you can get better colors than you can at the Dollar Tree. So I just use... Laura uses a steak knife. I'm going to use a, I wanted to call it a hole puncher, but really it's a nice pick. And I go through under this right here, under the first rib. And then what Michael and I found out when we were doing one the other day is you got to keep your eye on the hole. Because if you don't keep your eye on the hole, it will tend to close up back on you and you can't see. All right, so we got that one in. And so what I'm going to do is these, are really good. You can trim them down if they're too big, or kind of fudge them if they're too small, but most of the time on a 15-inch wreath form, these fit just almost perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a spot, and I'm going to zip it up after I grab my grippers. That was the best idea somebody made, is one of these. And you want to pull it tight, but you also want to make sure that you can get that head of the zip tie, and especially because these are larger heads, to go in the back, and that way you don't have an item, you know, the big item there to scratch a door. So you do want to shut those down underneath, or shove them down underneath your placemat. You want it on the back side. Now I'm going to go right here. And you can add as many of these as you want, or as, you know, whatever you think. I think 4 to 5 is usually, depending on how much mesh comes out back through the hole, out of the back of the wreath, on how much you need. How many you need. Because if there's a lot of mesh poking back down through and you don't want it to go out the front, then you're going to need more more zip ties to keep it, you know, set. Otherwise, basically, it's there just so people don't see the inside of the wreath. Not that there's anything bad. Some of them do, with all the decor and things you add, do get a little junky looking. So if it's on a glass door, it's always best to cover them. It just makes it look more, you know, more professional. When you buy them from a company, sometimes the backs are all done. So it's just a thing wreath people do. Gives it that professional edge. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to poke myself, because Lord knows I could probably do that easily too. I guess because I was afraid I was going to lose the hole that I put in there. And I'm just going around the outside ring. This is right where the where we started the wreath. So if I had been smarter, I would have fixed that a little bit better, but I mean, I still could. And I guess you guys can't really see what I'm doing. I am sorry. I really need somebody that stands here and films for me so they can move to my, you know, without me having to tell them where to go. They just move. Like a self-driving car, I think we might just put 2 more in here, actually. Just because it is a little puffy under here with the cross on it. And otherwise it just kind of, I don't know. Personal preference, I guess. I'm almost done. I can't believe it. That wasn't too long. That's good. We get this down to a fine art, and you never know when you might see Laura and I again and again and again. My other dream is to go side by side live with her at some time. I'm working up to that. I want to start going side by side with other wreath makers. I think that would be fun. Wouldn't even necessarily have to make the same thing. I just think it would be fun. I've been watching people do that. That's like a new thing, I guess. So I just really think that would be a fun time. Then I wouldn't be sitting here talking to myself. I'd just be sitting here fussing at whoever's with me, right? Make sure you turn those heads under. And I'm going to put one right here, just because that will make me feel better. I have another one over there. I did the new one with the cotton. And yeah, it took me a while to get it up. I don't even know if it's up on Etsy yet, to tell you the truth, guys. Sorry. I got sick after all those technical issues, and I had to take a little time off for mental health. Because when you're not feeling good, you wonder what you're doing. And trust me, I wondered what I was doing. I also went and bought felt by the yard the other day. Since Diane was nice enough to tell me they sold it like that, because I don't sew. And for backing, I'm going to back my Unique in the Creek board system ones. You don't have to, but I'm going to because I just think, you know, it looks nice. All right. So there it is. Look, the back is covered. It just needs foo-foo on the front. Hang it back up here. I don't want, I'll be working on that because I do not want, have no need for that mesh to be over the cross. Cross is my main point. All right, now I'm gonna get my OBS here, and we're gonna get you. Okay, I guess you're on my far back cam. All right, here we go. There it is. I have a fan blowing in here, so. I know you're there, but it just seems like because I don't tear anybody, that it's like I'm talking to myself. Does Target have the mats in all colors? I just noticed that, well, you know, you can get them at the Dollar Tree, but they've only got like 3 basic colors. And sometimes that just doesn't work for me. I need a color they don't have. So I found out at Bed Bath & Beyond, you can order them, and they've got 8 or 10 different colors. And then I saw online or on Facebook today, somebody said they had them half off. So I don't know if that's only if you go in store, if that's online, because I have several, so I wasn't worried about it. Although I don't always have appropriate colors. I was like, do we have red? Mike's like, no. Do we have gold or yellow? No. I go, well, what do we have? So he was telling me my choices. I go, okay, give me the gray one. Because sometimes you can't always match the color, you know. You have to kind of, you got to kind of fudge it a little bit. Okay. Oh, guys, it's going to rain at 8:24. Don't you like the way they do that by the thing? So, anyway, if y'all would like to share, like and share on your friend's page on Facebook, you know, that would be great. Subscribe, hit the bell by subscribe, and then you'll get notifications through here. And if you subscribe to my notification systems on my page, and I'm sure Laura posted those links, but if you go to my business page over on Facebook and just hit send message, then respond live, I'll make sure that you get on my notification system. And I do send out notifications if I'm on Facebook or if I'm on YouTube. And I'm talking to the screen like you guys can see me, and all you're looking at is my wreath. There we go. Here. Look, now you can see me. Hey, everybody. I've spent most of the time, you spent most of the time looking at the back of my head. Anyway, because I don't see any comments coming and going. I don't know. It's hard because I do this through OBS, so I don't see the things that go on YouTube while I'm doing this. But this video will be playing shortly after I get it uploaded and fixed for you. So it will replay, and I will share it. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. I will share it back over onto Facebook with the link so other people can see it. So if you'd like to share it there with your friends and family, that'd be fine too. And I'm just glad tonight that YouTube gave us an avenue, because I really thought I was going to have to cancel. So, and I'm not sure what we'll do. Remember, I'm going to take a break here for a second. I'm going to get some coffee, go to the restroom, and then I'll be back over on Laura Jean's Wreath Rooms on Facebook to watch her make a Christmas wreath, and I'll be moderating over there. So if you want to join us over there, that'd be fantastic. If we can't get onto Facebook, because I haven't been on to test it, she got it set up earlier, so maybe it'll be okay. But if we can't get on there, maybe we'll pop over to YouTube. I'm not sure. She may just try her phone instead of the Mevo, because it seemed to be like I could almost get on with just my webcams, but not through OBS. So we'll see what the situation is. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate each and every one of you here. I appreciate you watching me. I love doing it. That's why I was getting so upset earlier, because I thought, oh, what am I going to do? I said, I'm going to YouTube. That's cool. I can do YouTube. OBS, I know how it works there, because that's the filming system I use. So So I'll get it all shined up for you. I'm going to cut a bunch of the front off if I can, because you shouldn't have to sit there and watch me like, okay, we're waiting for people to come. So try to cut it off. But since it's alive, I might not. You never know. I'm going to go add some links for you. Some of my tools, I've got affiliate links now. If you want to, go get tools where I got my tools, or like I have my tools, you can click on my links and go buy them there. Yes, it does give me a little chump change, but I'm not real worried about it. It's just the next step of what you do. But anyway, I'm going to say good night so I can get everything accomplished. And I will see you in approximately 15 to 17 minutes on Laura Jean's Wreath Room on Facebook. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I was going to say I lost my mouse. You couldn't go, but you can. Have a great day, and I will see you I'll see you in a few moments, and then I will be back on live on Friday night at 6:30. Laura will be back on, I believe, tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern Time. So we will see you then. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thanks again for joining us. Bye-bye.